Hi everyone, it's Gwen Talbert. We have so much weather to talk about. You know, today, the calm after the storm. We had such active weather yesterday, but today, totally different story. We've got some sunshine and it's quiet, what we call the quiet weather pattern today. However, it's a little windy out there. So if you stepped outside, I'm sure you felt those gusty winds, and those winds are chilly. Like I call it bone-chilling cold even in a way, because they're coming from the northwest, and that's always a much colder wind. So a little bit slight maybe of a wind chill factor with them. Not major wind chill, but just enough that you'll feel it. They're going to be gusting, and they already have been all morning, anywhere from 25 to even up to 30 miles plus an hour out there. But they will start to diminish, and they will subside by roughly about the time that we get close to this evening near sunset. So that's at least some improvement. And they won't be gusty tomorrow. So that's at least a good thing. All right, so we've got to talk about what's coming as we get into the week. The week starts pretty quiet and calm, but guess what? We are keeping a very close eye on the potential for a pretty big winter storm across our area. You know, we had that big one back in January, and now we've got a chance of another one. And I guess it's Old Man Winter and Mother Nature just, you know, getting together and saying, guess what, folks? We're not through with this yet, so, you know, you're just going to have to deal with it. So we're going to be talking about that. And then, of course, there's some temperature fluctuations on the 7-day forecast also. So we'll talk about that. So I'm going to just come over here and push a little button so that you can, you know, get a look at my maps there. All right, so you've got my maps up there, which is good. All right, so let's show you what's happening. So dry end to the weekend, some sun, the afternoon, chilly winds and gusty at times. That's what I'm talking about. And then, of course, the snow and the rain in the week ahead. So this is what's coming down the pike. And this is what we're referring to. And it looks like by the time we get to Tuesday, that's when we're going to start to see some big changes. But let's talk about the big day today, Super Bowl. All right, what's the forecast for the Super Bowl? Here we go. 4:30 for those tailgaters out there, about 74 degrees. By the time we hit 6:30, it's time to kick off, 73 and 68 post-game. So I don't know which team you're rooting for. Whether it's the Chiefs or whether it's Philly, but best of luck to both of those teams out there. I'm actually going to put my money on Philly, so we'll see what happens, right? Okay, so here we go. Right now, 45 degrees, we've got some clouds. Winds are sustained at 21 miles an hour, so the gusts are going to be much stronger than that, of course. And temperatures, 36 in Cumberland, 37 at Martinsburg, 41 at Frederick, 39 at Westminster, 42 at Baltimore, and 43 degrees at Leonardtown and 47 at Fredericksburg this hour. And the temperature change in the plus, so that just means that this is how much warmer it is right now than it was yesterday at this time. So quite a bit of a difference there. And as we take a look at the temperatures and kind of take a little trip up the seaboard, you know, Hagerstown at 38, Cumberland at 36, Westminster at 39, and look at, it's pretty cold up in Beantown, Boston at 27 degrees, New York at 33. So you can see that cooler air just continually, you know, once again, moving its way through. And if we take a look at our visibility, because we had some fog this morning, things have improved. So you're pretty good out there on the roads as far as that goes. Now those winds I spoke about, gusty, yes. 24 mile per hour wind gusts right now at Hagerstown, 21 in the city, 20 at Manassas, and 23 at Quantico. So those winds are going to be like that, as I said, throughout the day. They will, however, improve once we kind of, you know, get to the evening hours. We'll see some improvement. And here's a look at the gust elsewhere. 23 at Annapolis, 17 at Leonardtown only, and 36, as I showed you, in Hagerstown. So this is the system that brought all the conditions yesterday, that low pressure system. That system has moved out. And it's on the back side of that system that we're getting these winds that we're getting now. Ridge of high pressure is built in, so the pressure gradient between the departing low and the incoming high is responsible for those gusty winds. And they're coming in from the northwest, as I told you. And so today, cool, yeah, windy, yes. And we're seeing, you know, some clouds giving way to the sunshine into the afternoon. So it's going to be pretty nice by the time we do get to the afternoon hours at least. And so as we take a look ahead, this is the planner. So by the 3 o'clock hour, 46. Now you see at noon it's showing you the flag. That's indicative of the fact that it is going to be, you know, a pretty windy day. And it's going to continue to be windy. So, you know, we have to, you know, keep an eye on all of that for you. And then into the evening hours, the clouds are going to start to return. And so for mostly cloudy skies for tonight, we're going to be dipping down to the 30s, turn up the heat, bundle up. It's going to be a bit on the chillier side for you there. And then once we get into Monday, we're actually going to go back to seeing a lot more sunshine again. So Monday's going to be pretty close to today, at least with some pretty bright skies. And so sort of like going to the sun, getting the clouds, then getting the sun again, and then going to the system that's going to be making a really big difference as it moves its way in here. All right, so here's the forecast for today. 47 degrees is the high, which isn't bad. You know, yesterday we were into the 40s. Today a little bit warmer though. Northwesterlies 10 to 15. There's that gusty wind I told you about, 30 miles an hour. And you already see where those winds are already gusting. Becoming mostly sunny, cool, dry, and breezy. Now let's look ahead. So here's what we're talking about. We're talking about Tuesday, a heavy snow threat for our area. In fact, it's going to extend all the way up the mid-Atlantic into New England as well. And then to the west and to the south, freezing rain is the culprit there. So we have the combination of these two. This is a system that's going to move in from the southwest and make its way to the northeast. As it does, it's going to tap into some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. And that moisture it'll hang on to once it comes into the mid-Atlantic. This is a system that is right now model indicated. So it looks like it's going to start to develop, because it hasn't even developed yet. It's going to develop over the plains and then move its way across the Ohio Valley. And then once it reaches into the Ohio Valley, become pretty widespread as it moves its way across the mid-Atlantic. So we've got a pretty good favorable setup for all of this. We've got an upper trough, we've got a ridge of high pressure to our northeast, and we've got pretty cold air that's going to already be in place. And then we have the moisture that's coming in aloft from the Gulf from the southwest. So this will be Tuesday, right through into the next couple of days, that we're going to have this, at least the moisture coming through, that's going to be aloft, that's going to feed into the temperature. So this is a temperature-driven forecast. So the colder it is, the more winter precipitation we'll get, i.e. colder, snow, not quite as cold, freezing rain, sleet. And then the warmer temperatures will give us the rain. By the time we get to Thursday, it's the rain that we're going to end up seeing. So this is one of two systems that we're watching closely that the models have indicated. All right, so let's take a look here. So I'm talking about this system, the first one, moving in southwest to northeast Tuesday morning. And it's going to be a wet, plowable snow through that entire period. It's going to give us the potential for measurable snow. And we could see maybe anywhere from 3 inches to 6 inches or more. We're still kind of trying to pinpoint that all down. Remember, the system hasn't developed yet. Then a second system is going to arrive by Wednesday night. So we're talking two different systems here. So let's take a look. This is the first system. This is some of the timing on it. So you can see 7 o'clock in the morning. This is our American model. It wants to put it well to the west of us, and you can see there's moisture to the south. We advance this. Here we are at 12:30 noon, and you can see the leading edge of this is a wintry mix that's starting to come toward the DC corridor and the Beltway. But as you look to the west of it and south of it, you see that's all snow. Remember, and then the darker blue we get, the heavier the snow band will be. So let's advance this. Here we are 6 o'clock at night. So by at least 2 in the afternoon through 6 at night, we're all snow. This is going to be a prolonged period of snow, which is why the accumulation numbers will be so high. But to the south, that pink, that's that warmer air coming in. And then even south of that is rain. So the warmer the air, the more rain and the more mix you're going to get. So let's advance it again. Here we are Wednesday, midnight. We still have the snow. All right. I'm sorry. Midnight, Tuesday night into Wednesday. Now we're Wednesday morning. Still have the snow. You can see that mix line starting to advance a little bit. 8:30 in the morning, your morning commute, Wednesday, that snow is still there. And then we advance it. Here we are, 5:30 in the evening. You're ready to go home, your evening commute. And we're just on the edge of that mix line with the snow. So it's been snowing all day Tuesday, and now we're into Wednesday, all right? So this is why we're talking about significant snowfall. And then you see the mix goes all the way back to the southeast and all along extreme lower southern Maryland, lower edge of Delmarva is where they have the rain. Now we're at 9:30 at night. Now we're getting the rain. The warmer air is coming in. We're into Thursday now. Early morning, you're getting ready for your morning commute, and you have a rain event before it starts to pull out. Now this is just one of our models, all right? So keep that in mind. So this is why we're watching this very closely, because you can see the significance of it. This same model wants to give us roughly about 4.6 inches of snowfall from it. But look at the bullets to the south. Richmond, 12.4. Lynchburg, 10.3. Charlottesville, 7.2. And then Cumberland to the north, 3.3. This, once again, is all indicated by the models. And because it hasn't developed yet, still a little ways off, we're still going to kind of watch it very closely to see how this will develop and how it will build up. But this is definitely something that you need to be prepared for, because with the extended period of time we're going to have that snow, you know that roads, bridges, sidewalks, you name it, underpasses, overpasses, trees, power lines, everything is going to be affected with this snow. And travel, certainly, without question, is going to be impacted with this snow and could end up being pretty hazardous as well. So when you look at that and you see the timing and the extended period of time, so Tuesday morning snow, all day Tuesday snow, then it extends all the way into Wednesday, and it isn't until Wednesday night, with this particular model anyway, that we see that changeover come in because the temperatures change. By the time we get to Thursday, we're in the 50s. So therein, the result that you see where it changes into rain because it's too warm to support having snow or any kind of freezing precipitation. All right. So here's a look at the forecast as whole. Today we're doing good. We've got the sunshine, 47 degrees. We warm up a little bit tomorrow, but we're still a dry day. But the clouds are going to come by tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night ahead of that system coming through. There's your Tuesday with the heavy snowfall. Now remember, that system hasn't even developed yet, but it's going to start in the plains, move through Ohio, and then make its way to us by Tuesday morning. So if you're going anywhere on Tuesday, you really need to take this seriously and plan ahead, because we are talking heavy snowfall. National Weather Service has said that they are going to take a look today as to whether or not they may possibly issue a winter weather watch for later on today. And if they do issue a watch, within a watch, it would mean at least 5 inches of snowfall. So, we'll definitely let you know as soon as they let us know if they're going to issue it. But they're thinking about that right now. It's on their plate. Then that snow goes right into Wednesday. And then as you get later into Wednesday, that warmer air starts to come in, and the snow is going to change into that freezing rain, sleet kind of mix before it changes into all rain Wednesday night, and that rain carries into Thursday. All right? So you've got those 3 days of all kinds of precipitation, and you can see how it's happening. By the time we get to Friday, which is a special day, right? Valentine's Day. All right. We get to Friday and we've got sunshine, which is perfect timing, I want to say, for any of your plans. If you're taking that significant other out, you know, your wife, your girlfriend, your partner, whatever it is, you get to at least have a dry day. It's going to be a little cooler. And look at the temperature differences. 36 for a high on Tuesday, 39 for a high on Wednesday. And then we warm up to that 52, which is why I said temperature-driven forecast. Those temperatures at night, Tuesday night, we're talking 32 degrees, 35 on Wednesday. So once again, Tuesday night, you know, we're right at that freezing mark. Think about what the roads that are untreated are going to be like, and any of the sidewalks. It's really going to be very hazardous out there. So make tomorrow be the day that you go out and do all your planning and get whatever you need for Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Thursday if you don't want to be out in that rainfall. All right? That is my suggestion. So that's the forecast, and that's where we stand. And good news, as I said, Valentine's Day, you're all set. By the time we get to Saturday, there's another system. That system could very possibly give us, again, another round of rain and snow. All right? So, you know, it's a lot to keep in mind, but, you know, just stick with us here. And, you know, the Fox 5 weather team will keep you updated every step along the way. We'll let you know, check in with us for our on-air shows and online. And you can hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, not Twitter, X, excuse me, Facebook, Instagram. I'm Gwen, Fox 5 DC. And, you know, let us know what you're seeing out there. Let us know you're safe, because once this starts, it's almost a marathon of snow, and then that freezing rain, sleet, and then the rain before it all stops. All right? Okay, I'm signing off. Stay safe, and you'll hear more this evening in our evening shows and right here as well from Jennifer Delgado, and she'll give you the latest updates that come in for this evening. Stay safe out there.